Hello everyone and welcome. Can you believe it? It's been over 6 months since last I've posted any updates on my progress. So I guess yikes. It's been very busy for me and I had a lot of things that I needed to do, but everything is good. I'm just very sorry for not making any playtests for you all as I've promised, but there've been many, I would say, unforeseen consequences. You know how the game development is, there is a lot of things to do. But anyways, I just wanted to reveal the name of the game finally. It is called Ghosts and Dragons. And let us have a look if you're interested on how my progress has been. So I've been very busy doing menus and all kinds of things that were hidden gremlins, I would say. But I'm finally at a moment where you can see that things are taking shape. The main challenge was implementing menus, so now you can do things like field of view, adjustments, and other stuff. You have some environmental interactions, which I do not want to spoil for you all here, but you can pick up objects in a nice way. Every time that you will have an interaction, you will have one button, ref trigger, or if you're using a mouse, there will be a mouse button. Sorry, Sarah, that was for the science, so don't be mad. Anyways, for now, I have inventories with the dragons, but I have some other plans for the future, because I've pretty much added a lot of features that I will not use. Anyways, what you can see here, there are various sounds when you are clicking the button. Also, the weapon has its own sway. You have a hammer weapon, which is making you slow, and it needs some time to regenerate. Let me know what you think about this melee weapons. You also have our little grenade weapon, which is a, well, I would say semi-grenade weapon because it's a, well, let's say mini bomb. You can obviously see some interactions with the environment, and of course, oops, I think it's empty. I will just have to refill it. Yeah, okay. So we now have 2 bullets as indicated on the weapon. You can shoot some enemies. And for VR, this also will work in similar fashion that you will see the bullets on the weapon. I've also added some sounds of my own when you jump. And based on this example, I just wanted to create a trigger to show you that we also have ghosts in the game. And obviously you cannot defeat those with your traditional weapons. You have to use something different. And obviously the melee weapons will also not work on this guy. The only way to defeat this enemy is to switch to a ghost weapon, and now you have a blast weapon, which you can also charge. And this is the way to kill those dragons. They will pretty much behave like in Spelunky. If you do something wrong, then they will follow you until you get rid of them, and only player will be affected, not the dragons, by the attacks. You can also see that I've pretty much tinkered around so that this doesn't have any effect on enemies, only on the ghosts. Some interactables like pickables can be broken down by this fire. You can also see here that the dragons have their own, let's say, AI, which is reacting to enemies, so they are able to defend themselves if you are not around. This guy is your main hero, let's say, the big ghost, which is controlling the pawn that you currently saw. Now we are in the hero mode, or let's say Dux mode. That's the guy who is controlling all of the dragons. Well, not guy, but character. And you can see here that some things have changed. I've added some tweaks to the characters, which took me a long time. So the animations are now correct when you jump, when you walk, and also all of the hits are working as intended. Meaning that if this little dragon collides on something, then the collision will go through as expected and nothing will happen in between that will fire him off somewhere in the distance. So there are a lot of tweaks. You can have a double jump with this dragon by default and the charge. So everything will be unlocked from the beginning. The first part of this game that I really want to complete will have all of the dragons with all of the power-ups, and as you saw here, I still need to tweak some things so that the dragon doesn't fall through the ground, because each surface a dragon is on, it's very important. You can see here this is a different surface which is making the dragon pretty much rotate on any platform. So I have some nice physics implemented for the dragons. It's nothing too fancy, but this will allow you to navigate through various areas which can actually change their angle of how you can walk on them. And it's very important so that I get the feeling right, because the aim of the game is to be a platformer with a diorama view and also changing perspective to be inside. This is coming from my childhood as I played with Lego, a lot of Lego, and I just wanted to be a hero from this perspective, and I think that's my main motivation to make a game like that. The other character, Huradolf, it's a dragon who can fly. He has some limited movements. This is referring to a game Lost Vikings. You had a character who pretty much could float, but this one can, let's say, fly a little bit. It is not always flying up, but the main goal is for him to float down. So you can jump, kind of, but it will not be a higher jump that the red dragon has. And you can see here, you can fly for this destination for a bit of time until you fall down. Also, if you fall down without jumping, the jump will also work as intended. So this is working against the gravity of the engine as soon as you fall down. I hope that was clear, but anyways, there are a lot of things that are behind all of the things, but I'm very happy that I have a solid foundation where I can add more levels right now in the future content updates. This dragon is fairly fast, so he moves very agile. You can see here. And it will be able to defend himself in a limited fashion if an enemy is attacking without you being there. So this is the slowest dragon. His passive ability is to have the ability and the strength to push objects which are, I think, even more heavy for the other dragons to lift or push. So there will be some slight puzzle elements, and as the game will progress, you will know when to use this dragon and why you need to go with this dragon to a specific location. And this is the next dragon. This dragon is actually very cute, I would say. It's a dragon that has been custom made for my game, and I'm still using it. I'm loving it, him, and yeah, he has some jumping abilities and an attack, and he also enables some interactions for you when you are in the ghost mode or like god mode. Obviously you can drop those elements, throw them. If you hold the button for a longer time, the whole throw will be stronger. And if it so happens to be that you drop some key elements outside of the map, they will return back. This is an example of a tutorial. We pretty much will be able to hurt some enemies. So let's see. Okay, it was not that much, or there wasn't any chance to get hit. Yeah, he got hit right now, and the big fella, obviously he got hit, and the pickable got destroyed. So pickables will also spawn some ammunition or other things. You can use them also like that, obviously, to make some explosion. And I wanted the melee to be, I would say, reactive, meaning that if you hit an enemy, he will react, he will bounce a little bit, and that's very important also with the dragons, so that you have some feedback that you made a hit. Also, some ragdoll implementation is at work, so I hope that this will give some randomization if you like destroy an enemy. So let's see, I will just use it like that, and you can see you can even make this maneuver again, and it should be enough force exactly to push him forward. So you can also see that the dragons are controllable whenever a dragon is available on the level. The main goal of the game is to collect those crystals to unlock portals on each level, because those dragons are lost, something similar to the Lost Viking stories. As you will move along, you will have 2 dragons on the level, 4 dragons on the level, maybe 3, and then you will have a combination to do. You can see, as you saw just now, you could have multiple dragons on a moving platform too. So right now what you're seeing, this is VR, and the VR implementation is pretty much the same. You control the dragons all in the same way, but there are some differences because of VR. Obviously you saw the VNet. It's like aiding you if to not get motion sick. I have limited teleporting, and right now you can see I still need to improve so that if you swing with the weapon and you cross a level of velocity, then only then and only then the weapon will activate to hurt an enemy, to prevent moving with the weapon too fast in one place and always hurting the enemy. So this will require some physicality from the player, and you can see here that the weapon also has some bounce back when you shoot with it. You also pick up objects like that. Obviously they could snap to the hand, but believe me, the more objects you have to pick up from the ground, throw in VR, the worse the experience is, because in VR it can get, I would say, very troublesome. The collision of objects is not always faring the correct way with your player. As you saw, we have some interactivity with the grass. We can also teleport in a limited distance from the player, but all of the other elements are working the same. Also, if you change the scale, you can pretty much... This is the same thing. You cannot hurt this ghost. You need to switch to this power weapon, the Ghost Terminator, and then you are able to hurt the ghost. So the game is currently available on Steam. Don't buy it yet, because there are only 2 or 3 levels there. I would say with the tutorials you have like 4 to 5 levels. But this will be changed very fast. I will add more levels very soon, because this is the thing that I will focus now on, and to make some biomes and some rules for each dragon. So as soon as the game will have a demo release, I'm planning to release a demo very soon. In 1 month time the demo will be there, and I don't know, I don't want to say again that I will be ready very fast, because this can take another 6 months. But the thing is, I'm sure that I will release the demo in 1 month, and you will have the opportunity to check the game yourself using a VR headset or without the VR headset on PC. So both versions would work. You can also see here that this is the tutorial of the game, and for each instance I had to change the whole tutorials, meaning that if you have VR, you have different information. If you don't have VR, you have different information. And also all of the buttons. You can see that right now we have right trigger, but as soon as you play with the mouse, you will have different icons. They still can be finicky, but I will fix that in future releases. You also have a dialogue system, a basic one, and some interactions. As you can see here, the game will try its best to direct you with those tutorials. So the tutorials are actually interactive. They tell a very short story what happened, and that's the idea of the whole experience. So please do let me know what you think, and see you in the next video. Thank you so much.